Welcome to Creepy, the best horror storyteller on YouTube.
Part 1. It was a boring Friday night, and we had nothing to do. My friends and I were hanging out in my apartment, scrolling through our phones and complaining about the lack of excitement in our lives. We were all college students, living in a cheap and rundown building in the outskirts of the city. The only thing that made our place interesting was the old elevator that creaked and groaned every time it moved. It was slow, noisy, and sometimes got stuck between floors. We hated it, but we also loved to make fun of it. Hey, have you guys ever heard of the elevator game? I asked, breaking the silence. I had just stumbled upon a creepy website that claimed to have instructions for a ritual that could transport you to another dimension using an elevator. What's that? Jake, my best friend, asked. He was always up for anything that involved adventure or danger. It's a game that supposedly allows you to access a hidden world by pressing a certain sequence of buttons in an elevator. You have to do it alone, though, and you have to follow some rules. Otherwise, you might get trapped there or encounter something evil. I explained, reading from the website. Sounds like a bunch of bullshit to me. Mia, Jake's girlfriend, said. She was a skeptic and a rationalist, and she didn't believe in anything supernatural or paranormal. Come on, Mia, don't be such a buzzkill. It could be fun. Maybe we'll find Narnia or something. Zoe, my other friend, said. She was a dreamer and a romantic, and she loved anything that involved mystery or fantasy. Or maybe we'll find hell or something. Mia countered. Seriously, guys, this is stupid. Why would you risk your lives for some stupid game? What if something goes wrong? What if the elevator breaks down, or the power goes out, or someone else gets in or dash? Or what if we find out the truth about this world and ourselves? I interrupted. I was a curious and a rebellious, and I hated anything that involved boredom or conformity. Don't you ever wonder if there's more to life than this? Don't you ever feel like there's something missing? Don't you ever want to escape this reality and see what else is out there? I looked at my friends, hoping they would share my enthusiasm. Jake nodded, Zoe smiled, and Mia rolled her eyes. Fine, whatever. Do what you want. But don't blame me if something bad happens. Mia said, crossing her arms. Great. Then it's settled. We're playing the elevator game. I said, grabbing my phone. I'll go first. You guys can watch from the security camera. Here are the instructions. Read them carefully and don't mess up. I showed them the website, which had a list of steps to follow. They were: 1. Enter the elevator from the first floor by yourself. If anyone else is in the elevator, wait until they get off. 2. Press the button for the 4th floor. 3. When you reach the 4th floor, don't get out. Press the button for the 2nd floor. 4. When you reach the 2nd floor, don't get out. Press the button for the 6th floor. 5. When you reach the 6th floor, don't get out. Press the button for the 2nd floor. 6. When you reach the 2nd floor, don't get out. Press the button for the 10th floor. 7. When you reach the 10th floor, don't get out. Press the button for the 5th floor. 8. When you reach the 5th floor, a woman may enter the elevator. Do not look at her, do not speak to her, she is not what she seems. 9. Press the button for the 1st floor. If the elevator starts to ascend to the 10th floor, you have done it correctly. If the elevator descends to the first floor, you have failed. Get out as soon as the door opens, and do not look back. 10. If you reach the 10th floor, you can either get out or stay in the elevator. If you get out, the woman may ask you where you are going or what you are doing. Do not answer her, do not look at her, just ignore her and walk away. You will notice that everything is dark and silent, and the only thing you can see is a red cross in the distance. This is the other world. To return to your own world, you must go back to the same elevator and press the same buttons in the same order. You must do this before midnight, or you will be stuck there forever. If you stay in the elevator, press the button for the first floor. If it doesn't work, keep pressing it until it does. When you reach the first floor, get out and check your surroundings. If everything is normal, you have returned to your own world. If not, repeat the process until you do. I memorized the steps and got ready to go. I was nervous, but also excited. I wanted to see what was beyond the elevator. I wanted to prove Mia wrong. I wanted to have some fun. Are you sure you want to do this? Jake asked, looking concerned. Of course I am. It's just a game. What's the worst that could happen? I said, trying to sound confident. All right, then. Good luck. And be careful. Jake said, giving me a hug. Thanks. I'll be back soon. I said, waving to Zoe and Mia. I walked out of the apartment and headed to the elevator. I pressed the button and waited for the door to open. I hoped no one else would be inside. I hoped the elevator would work. I hoped the game would work. I stepped inside the elevator and pressed the button for the 4th floor. The door closed and the elevator started to move. I felt a surge of adrenaline and anticipation. I was about to play the elevator game. I was about to enter another dimension. I had no idea what I was getting myself into. I had no idea what horrors awaited me. I had no idea that I would never see my friends again. Part 2. I followed the steps of the game, pressing the buttons for the different floors. The elevator moved up and down, stopping at each floor. I felt a mix of fear and excitement, wondering what would happen next. I hoped the game would work. I hoped I would see the other world. When I reached the 5th floor, the door opened and a woman entered the elevator. She was tall and thin, with long black hair and pale skin. She wore a red dress and high heels, and she had a smile on her face. She looked at me and said, "Hello, there. Where are you going?" I felt a chill run down my spine. I remembered the instructions. Do not look at her, do not speak to her, she is not what she seems. I ignored her and pressed the button for the 1st floor. The door closed and the elevator started to move. I hoped it would go down. I hoped I would get out of there. But the elevator didn't go down. It went up. It went up to the 10th floor. I felt a surge of panic. I had done it correctly. I had activated the game. I was going to the other world. The door opened and the woman said, "Are you coming out?" I looked at the display. It said 10. I looked at the hallway. It was dark and silent, and the only thing I could see was a red cross in the distance. I looked at the woman. She was still smiling, but her eyes were cold and dark. She was not human. She was something else. I decided to stay in the elevator. I pressed the button for the 1st floor. It didn't work. I pressed it again. It still didn't work. I pressed it over and over, but nothing happened. The elevator was stuck. I was trapped. The woman laughed and said, "You can't escape. You're mine now." She moved closer to me, reaching out her hand. I backed away, but there was nowhere to go. I was cornered. I screamed, but no one heard me. I was alone. I was doomed. Meanwhile, my friends were watching from the security camera. They saw me enter the elevator and press the buttons. They saw the woman join me and talk to me. They saw the elevator go up to the 10th floor and stop. They saw me press the button for the first floor and nothing happened. They saw the woman approach me and touch me. They saw me collapse and fall to the floor. They saw the woman drag me out of the elevator and into the darkness. They saw the door close and the elevator come back down. They saw the display say 1. They saw the door open and no one inside. They were shocked and terrified. They didn't know what to do. They didn't know what had happened. They didn't know where I was. They didn't know if I was alive or dead. They decided to call the police. They told them what they had seen and what they had done. They told them about the game and the woman and the other world. They told them everything. The police didn't believe them. They thought they were lying or crazy or high. They said it was impossible. They said it was a hoax. They said it was a prank. They said it was a joke. They said I was missing. They said I was gone. They said I was never coming back.
Thank you for watching. Please like, share, and subscribe for more similar horror stories.